Aaronimoses, and this video is about the 7 different uses of the crown chakra and 7 different visualizations that you can use to change your mood and to tap into certain energies. Now, there's many different uses for the crown chakra. The crown chakra, how I describe it, is an antenna. This is the chakra that you use to tap into higher dimensional energy. I usually use this chakra to draw in different energies for different spells, for different rituals, for downloading data with different transits going on. For the full moon, and the sun, a lot of the times I use my third eye, sixth chakra, and circulate the energy down to my root and let it circulate like that. Before, a lot of the times when I'm doing when I invoke ether, for example, I usually use my crown chakra when I invoke energies from specific deities. I use my crown chakra or my heart chakra. There's a meditation that I'm going to give you. I like to call it the Kundalini breaths, where I visualize my Kundalini going through my sixth chakra and I attach it to the Kundalini of, we'll say, the full moon or different deities that I work with. But here are the 7 different uses for the crown chakra that are pretty basic. Now, the first one is one that I got when I was working with Isis very heavily. Visualizing a single rose coming out of your crown chakra. What does this do? This aligns you with that divine feminine energy. It gives you the data that you need to align yourself with that divine feminine. Another visualization that I use is a tree. Is a tree coming out of my crown chakra. Now, this is different from a meditation that I'm going to give you, where you put the tree of life on the back extension of your heart chakra, your spine. But using the tree visualization will align you with that divine masculine energy. It'll open you up to different knowledges. Now, before you use this visualization, you definitely have to have data in mind. You definitely have to have a planet or a transit or a deity in mind in which you want to draw information from. Definitely make sure that you use this one with intention. Now, this one is a little bit more advanced, and it is a symbol for Kundalini activities. A fountain, and it's not necessarily, Buckingham Fountain in Chicago, but it is lights coming out. Just the actual it's not water, but the actual water, the lights coming out of your crown chakra. And it's better that you actually have the Kundalini activity, because you'll be able to tap back into that. But it's going to be a lot of sparkles going on. It's going to be lights that are falling on you that look like water. It's going to be pink, purples, green, all 7 colors coming out of that crown chakra. And what this does is it stimulates the Kundalini. It's pretty much using the law of attraction to stimulate Kundalini activity. It gives you a specific level of creativity. It gives you a specific level of enlightenment. Now, next will be, of course, a sword, and not a full sword. I like to visualize the blade coming from my root, going through all the chakras, and just a little bit of a sword, maybe half the size of your hand, coming out with the handle, of the sword. And what this does, I usually use this for protection. I use this for protection and shielding. Okay, and then next we have a garden of whatever flowers that you prefer. I like to use pink roses. I like to use the visualization that there's many different flowers at sometimes pink roses, daisies, and violets, lilies, just a plethora of flowers coming out. Now you could use vegetables, you could use fruits, you could use apple trees, just a garden, just a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, trees, plants, vines, anything like that. What this does is this is very, very good for depression. This is this is amazing for depression because this is used with the information that I'm going to give you. Now, let's say you're feeling angry, right? Which is this is the seventh use. If you're feeling angry, you identify which chakra is generating this anger now. A lot of people say anger comes from the root chakra. Some people say anger comes from the solar plexus. A lot of the anger that I've experienced when I've done this visualization has been coming from the heart chakra. Some I've done this a couple times with anger that was coming from the solar plexus chakra, but mainly from the heart chakra. So what you do is you identify where this anger is coming from, pull it up, push it out. Let this be the fertilizer. Push it out, turn this into a garden, and then take the rest of it and keep pushing that anger out of the crown chakra, out of the flowers, out of the flowers, right? What this does is this lets you convert your anger into creativity. You will want to write songs. You will want to draw. You will want whatever field of expression that you want to dive into, you will have the creativity to do it. Now it does take about 10, 15, 20 minutes for you to get that divine creativity flowing through you. But for all of these, if you're feeling ignorant, if you're insecure about your intelligence, definitely take these feelings that are generated, push it through your crown and use that visualization. If you're scared, take take this fear which is in the root chakra and mold that fear into a sword and then let that sword come out of your crown chakra, right? If you're feeling if you're feeling imbalanced in your femininity or your masculinity, let these roots come out of your root chakra, ground yourself, and then let that trunk build itself and let that tree come out of your crown chakra 10, 15, 20 feet, however high that you can visualize it. When you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling sad, push that sadness up because depression is literally you pressing your energy down. This is why a lot of the times it is good to feel angry. It is good to feel angry because at least your energy is going up. It's not pressing you down towards suicide. Now, a lot of us, we can't think. We tend to do dumb things while we're angry. We tend to say irresponsible things to people. So taking this, pushing it out, and using this visualization of different flowers, different roses, and different fruits and vegetables and trees growing out of our crown chakra, peas, pea pods, sunflowers, and letting this be the answer to our sadness, to our depression, to our anger, to our insecurities, to any emotions that we don't want to feel. Because if you keep that down, a lot of people they say ground your depression, ground you don't know because you're materializing it, and you don't want to just breathe it out of your crown chakra without any visualizations, without any intentions. Because a lot of the times we're feeling these things because there are entities affecting us that need us to feel these things that feed off of us. If you're just pushing it out, if you're pushing it out with no filter, Snapchat with no filter, there's entities around you that's feeding off of that need you to have that need you to even put these things into the ground, into your environment so they can feed off of it. Like I said, a lot of the times, well, not a lot of the times, a form of psychic attack is your manifestations and your visualizations coming, coming into fruition. Because when this happens, you are caught off guard. Yes, these enemy entities and deities will manifest these things in your life and intercept what you're doing, intercept your prayers, intercept your intentions, and materialize them for you to cut that connection with you and that deity that you meant it for, or the universe. Because when you get this and you attach yourself to it, you're essentially attaching yourself to them. So when things materialize in your life, you need to make sure that they're not coming from your enemy. And of course, how you do that is by keeping yourself open, by stimulating that sixth chakra, by stimulating that that third eye, by being familiar with your own energy and making sure that this is something that you, or this deity that you meant this prayer for, or meant these intentions for, are giving this to you, and it's not the enemy. Okay, if you want, let's say if you're trying to manifest a job and you're walking down the street and you find $100 bill, make sure that that $100 bill is coming from whoever you prayed to. Make sure that that $100 bill has your energy on it. Make sure it didn't come from somebody that you did not want to materialize with. Make sure that that's not coming from a vortex that was not meant for you to be interacting with, right? That's it. That's really it. The seven uses of the infinite uses of the crown chakra. That is it. Life is in the breath. Breathe it in. Peace.